It's pretty late in Israel, so to our friends who are joining us from Israel, good evening. I'm Melody DeSanto, and I'm so glad to welcome you to our Shavuot cooking demo on behalf of the Jewish Federation of South Palm Beach County. A special welcome to the new faces joining us today, and a pleasure to see the many faces and names that we recognize. Our Federation Live virtual programs are among the many ways we have been reaching out to bring our Jewish community together over the past few months. At the same time, our Federation is working to meet the rising critical needs of our people here in Israel and beyond. Through our annual campaign, our Federation's funding for more than 70 partner agencies enables us to respond immediately in times like these. With our Federation's vital support, our agencies on the front lines of the COVID-19 crisis are able to continue, adapt, and increase their care for the most vulnerable in the face of these unprecedented challenges. So here's the challenge. We are in the midst of our 30-day period to raise the critical dollars necessary to meet the needs of our annual campaign. 30 days to make sure our seniors are safe and continue to live with dignity. 30 days to give those with special needs the opportunity to live a life full of joy and hope, even during these times. 30 days to ensure that our partners around the world in more than 70 countries can respond to crises like the COVID-19 pandemic that is affecting so many. 30 days so we can say to our brothers and sisters in Israel, we have not forgotten you. You are in our hearts and our minds, and we will continue to give you our support. Why 30 days? We are going to have to make some very difficult decisions after June 19th if we do not raise the funds we need to keep our community strong. If you are in a position to help, we ask that you go online today to make a gift to our annual campaign. Every donation of any size makes a difference, and there are so many people counting on us. After the program, we'll email you some information to learn more about us and how to help, along with additional virtual opportunities to connect. So before we get started, I have just a couple housekeeping notes. Your microphone is muted for the presentation. If at any point you'd like to ask a question, please use the raise hand function by clicking on the participants icon on the toolbar at the bottom of your screen and selecting raise hand. We will be notified that you're raising your hand and we'll call on you when we're able to take questions or comments. In addition, you can adjust the way your screen appears. If you would like to view the person who is speaking, please select Speaker View at the top of the screen. All right, let's dive in. Today's cooking demo is brought to you through our Federation's Partnership Together, or P2G program. Partnership Together creates a living bridge between our local community and our partnership community in Israel, which is Zichron Yaakov. Through meaningful programs, joint initiatives, and person-to-person relationship building, with our friends and family in Zichron Yaakov, we are able to deepen our connection to Israel and create a more rich understanding of our global Jewish family. Today, we are joined by many of our friends and family in Zichron, so hi and welcome. Thank you for taking the time to be with us. And we are joined by our partnership director in Zichron, Idit Oshrat, who would like to introduce our special guest today. So Idit, take it away. All right, it looks like we might be having a bit of a challenge with Idit's microphone. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce our chef. So Chef Idu Zucker is an experienced chef for the last 20 years living in beautiful Zichron. Chef's experience ranges from Italian cuisine bistro-style meats, Tex-Mex, and much more. He lived and worked in Thailand as the head chef of Chabad, where he fell in love with Asian cuisine and deepened his love for food. So I know there's been a bit of an introduction, so we just want to get started. So Chef, why don't you take it away?
Hi everybody, how are you? Good morning, good afternoon here in Israel. If there's in other places, so good something else for other people. We'll be doing today 3 dishes, very easy dishes for Shavuot, of course. So let's just start. If somebody thinks I'm doing it fast or need to slow down or I'm doing it slower, need to go fast forward, so just tell me. We're going to start, most of you, I think, or all of you, supposed to have the recipes. So we're going to start doing the special burekas, okay? So we're going to start with a puff pastry, which is already bought, but it's very hard to make a puff pastry at home. So it's a bought puff pastry. You want to cut, I think, around this size, okay, of puff pastry. And I'll show you 3 different kinds of folding the pastry, okay? So I'm just going to cut it to almost equal. It doesn't have to be exactly equal size. Okay. Before we start, please put the oven on, if you're in Israel, 200 degrees. On the USA, it's around 390 Fahrenheit. And we're going to start, okay? So oven's on, and we're going to start. You're going to just pick up the pastry, okay? And the cheese, okay? I'm using Shavuot cheese, which is a goat cheese. You can use any half-melted cheese that you'd like, okay? You can use brie, camembert, feta cheese, or whatever cheese that half melts. So you still want it a little bit chewy, okay? So I'm going to cut medium slices around this thick, okay? And we're going to put it in the center of the pastry, okay? Second one, maybe 4. Third one, and 4th one, okay? Put this aside. Okay, on this one, we're going to just put a glaze of honey, okay? We want to make the taste very special. We want to have the salt from the cheese, the sweetness from the honey, small bites from the thyme, which we're going to add later, and then we're going to top it up with more tastes and more textures. Okay, so just a little bit of honey, drizzle it around, not too much. If you like it sweeter, you can put more. Depends on your taste. Okay, just drizzle a little bit on it. Okay. In order to make more tastes, we're just going to take fresh thyme. Okay, fresh thyme leaf. Just gonna peel the leaves from up to down. That way they're gonna come very easy. Okay, and just sprinkle them around. Not too much because the taste is very strong. Okay, and that will be the first. We're gonna just show you. Just gonna be the first layer. Okay. If you can see, that's the first layer of the burekas, special burekas, not an unusual one. Okay. Now we're going to take the second one. Okay, the second pastry, and we're just going to put it on top. Do not press the side. Okay. The thing about the puff pastry is the pastry is made from layers. Okay, very thin layers of dough and butter. Okay. So when the oven is very hot, the air comes between the layers and they're starting to puff, okay? And there's a bunch of layers between every puff. So don't press it, otherwise it won't raise, okay? So that's the second one. We just put the second one on top of it. Then you're going to use, I'm using now red onion. You can use different topping. You can use white onion, okay? I'll just cut it in half. Okay, and then the half I'm going to cut to small or thin slices. You don't need a lot of that. Okay, so that's the thin slices. We're just going to put it on top. Okay, and in order to caramelize them while cooking and not caramelize before, make it very easy job. Just going to take some brown sugar and sprinkle it around, okay? That's going to, not glaze, but that's going to caramelize it, okay? We're going to add some walnuts. You can use any nuts, okay? But I like walnuts, so you're going to just put some walnuts on it. I'd like to call it a Lego recipe, that you can build the recipe and the cooking's all done in the oven. It's not hard work. Basically, if you have a lot of people coming over, you can do the same thing with a big tray. Okay, you just put the first layer, put a lot of cheese, put the second layer on top of it, then onion, brown sugar, or whatever you'd like. I'm going to add a few sherry, okay, just to make it colorful. Okay. Then we need to use egg. Okay, the thing with egg, you want to use it to bring you the glaze. Sorry. You want to bring you the glaze of the egg. We don't want the taste of the egg, and we don't want the smell of the egg. What we do want is the nice glaze and the nice tan color that the burekas will have. Okay, so what we do in order to take the taste away, so we're using a little bit of water. For one egg, about 2 teaspoons of water, or 2 spoons, sorry, of water. Then we're going to whisk it. And what you want to have at the end is like yellow water. Okay, that will bring you the nice texture of it. If somebody is doing it live with me, and I'm going fast, so tell me, I'll go back, I'll stop. If there's any questions, I'm free for this recipe, for anything you'd like to ask about the recipe or one of the ingredients. So this is basically ready. I just want to take a brush, okay? Wherever there's things, the egg won't do nothing. So we'll brush the sides of it, the places where there's nothing on it. Okay, so it's basically yellow water. You just want to easily, not press it hard. As I said before, we want the paste to rise. So just on the side of it, a little bit more. Okay. And then we can take our special burekas and put it on a tray. Okay. We have time, so I want to show you another fold. Okay, you can do it easily, taking one pastry and again, same recipe. Take the cheese. Okay. One. Right. And again, honey. Just a little bit, don't make it sweet. Just a pinch to make it, the contrast, okay? Then you can fold it. Hope you can see. I'll do it like this, okay? You can see, I'm just gonna fold it in half, okay? And now I'm gonna pinch, okay? But I'm just gonna pinch the sides, a little bit on the sides to close it, okay? And if you wanna make it look nice, you can always take a fork, okay, and just pinch with the fork the size of the burekas, okay. That's the second one. Again, you can put on top sugar, walnuts, okay. We'll just put nothing on top because I want to show you the glaze that comes out of it, okay. And that's our second one. The third one I want to show you is basically, if you don't have time, you can take some long pastry and just fold it as a roll and bake it as a roll. Okay, so I'm going to do a small one. You can do it on the whole tray. Okay, even 2 in a big tray. So you take the pastry. Again, we start with the cheese. Again, any cheese you like goes as long as it's halfway melted. Don't use yellow cheese because it will be like pizza, and we don't want a pizza. We do, not now. Okay. Now you can basically time. We didn't put time in the last one. Okay. Time. and honey. If you have any question, I'd love to answer. You're all so quiet. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it, okay, like this. So if you have a big one, a long one, you can either bake it like this, or you can cut it and bake it like this, okay? And then you have some like rolls. Not on that side, on this side, okay? As long as you roll like 2 or 3 times the dough, you'll have more circles on the buvekas, okay? I'm gonna put it here. And again, I'm gonna put some egg on top, a little bit on the sides, okay? So we have 3 different folds of the same buvekas. Go with your mind, okay? Put whatever you like. It's cooking, so you can always put things and put them out and try, and different style, different folding. 200-degree oven or 390 Fahrenheit. Just gonna pop it in. And I'm gonna put my timer on. We'll start with 12 minutes. Okay, and then we'll add if we need more. That's the first one. Easy. Questions until now? Suggestions?
As a reminder, if you have any questions, feel free to use the raise hand function at the bottom of your screen on the participants module. It looks like we don't have any questions as of yet, so you can keep going.
Okay, so I'll go on. Okay, so I'll just move this one. Okay. As I heard, you're having problem finding yeast. Okay, so we'll use, there's maybe a shortage of yeast, but never heard of a place that got short of beer. Okay, and we have yeast in beer. So let's use this one. I even got you Budweiser. I'm with you guys, always. So beer, we'll just take all the things out here. And I'll bring all the ingredients for the bread. Do it faster. Okay. It's a very easy bread. Don't need a lot. Need a bowl, okay? We'll bring a bigger one. 1 second. Bigger bowl. Okay. Basically, what you want to do is do not drink the beer. Okay, we need it. Don't drink the beer. We need it for the cooking.
Unless you have 2, right?
Sorry?
If you have 2 beers, you can drink 1.
Exactly. I thought about drinking wine and doing the Chaim with you guys, but I'm not sure you're going to handle all day long with wine on your.
Next time.
Yeah, next time. I'll do it late nights over there. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and we can drink. So we're going to put the beer, okay? And we're going to wait 2-3 minutes for the gas to go out. We want the yeast, we want the taste, we want the bitterness. We don't want the gas. You can use it, but we don't need it. So I'm going to start with the ingredients. Take this one. Okay, we'll start with the ingredients. We need 370 grams of self-raising flour. If you don't have self-raising flour, I wrote to you in the recipe, you can use regular flour with baking powder. Okay, so that's the same. The raising flour has baking powder inside. I like to use cheddar cheese. How American of me. You can use whatever cheese that melts, yellow cheese, mozzarella cheese, rasta cheese, whatever cheese you like. Okay? 3 cups of sugar. If you're diabetic, you can leave the sugar outside. I'm not sure it's going to ruin the bread. It will be a little bitter, but you can decrease. No problem with the sugar, or use different kinds of sugar, or palm sugar, or whatever sugar you like. I have 70 grams of butter, okay, unsalted butter. And I have these little guys, okay, to make the fast bread. If you want to make a loaf of bread, you can use the English cake tray. but then you need to pop it in the oven for an hour, okay? I'm going to use the short one because we have only 1 hour. I have here some Kalamata olives, okay? It's not in the recipe. When I made it, I said you can use stuff from the pantry, whatever you have. I'm using olive. You can use dried tomatoes. You can use thyme. You can use any nuts that you like. So I'm using this, but it's for later. Okay, and a wooden spoon. Okay, so basically that's it. Gas went out. 370 grams of self-raising flour. I'll do the dishes later, don't worry. And we're just gonna whisk that in very slowly. It's not, you see, it's not whisked all the way. I'm going to add the sugar. At the end, when I'll finish whisking, it should be a crumbled, not very nice dough, okay? It will be great in the oven, but don't wait for a flat dough, for pastry, puff pastry dough, or for a focaccia dough. Nothing like that. Let's remind you, you don't have yeast. You're winning with what we have, which is a lot. We'll win with it. Okay, because the beer is a little bit bitter, we add the sugar, and we're going to add 50 grams of shredded of cheese. Again, whatever cheese you like. I found some nice orange cheddar. Nice texture for it, got very good flavor. And whisk that in. Okay, now's the time. Let's see, I didn't forget nothing. Okay, did everything. Pinch of salt. Okay, pinch of salt. And now's the time to add your whatever you have in the pantry. Okay, so I'm going to use these olives. Love olives. Again, the amount is the amount you like to eat. All right, another one, just because I like them so much. Okay. And again, mix it. And this what comes of it, okay? You can see it's a little bit chunky, it's a little bit, okay? Good. Now we're going to take this, guys. You need to oil them. Again, a couple of ways to oil them. You can use olive oil, you can use butter, or you can use, I'm sure you have this little guys, okay? It's spray oil. This one is butter spray. So you just want to spray. All 6 of them. This recipe will probably make around 15 of those. We're not going to make all of them. Okay. Okay, so that's the dough. Really want you to see it's not a beautiful dough. It will rise, it will be nice, but it's a different one, okay? Second one. And third one. Hope somebody's working with me because they're also quiet. And last one. I still, I think, have more for 6 more. Okay. Let me just wash my hands. We can continue. Okay. So that's the part that the bread is almost done. Now the thing is we need this, guys. Okay. So I'm just gonna Don't really like microwaves, but they're handy sometimes. Just pour the hot and melted butter on the dough, pop it in the oven again, and that's it. I think we can go over to the carpaccio, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Any questions until now? Something you want to add, something you want to ask?
Chef, I was wondering for the bread filling, I know you said you used olives. Are there ingredients that we should avoid that might ruin the dough, like wet ingredients or something like that?
The olives are pretty moist, so that's as wet as you can. Whenever you cook something in the oven, try always to compare the time of the baking. So if you put carrots inside, the carrots are not going to be made. So if you want something and it's hard and you still want to cook it or bake it with the dough, so pre-cook it, okay? Blanch it, saute, bake it before, and then you can add. Always in cooking, you need the balance of the time, okay? So if the things, even if you cook something and let's say you make a soup, okay? You're starting with the hard ingredients and then you work your way through to the softer ones in order to get everything the same, you know, al dente, chewy bite and not get mushy food. Okay. So it's melted all the way. Spoon and just put it on top. Okay, I'm going to show you how much I put it. Closer. All right, without spilling. Okay, it should cover it, but not drown it. Okay, so we'll do all the guys. Okay, one more tip. Basically, when you melt butter, it separates to two ingredients, which is fat and milk. Okay, the milk is heavier, it will go down. The fat will go up. Use the fat, not the milk, and then you get some sort of ghee, which is clarified butter. Okay, which Indians like to use. So that's the way to. That's the easy way to separate milk from the fat. So we want to use the fat. We'll just pop it in. Again, I think
It looks like we have a question.
Yeah.
Are you able to answer?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. So we have a question from Dana.
Hi, Chef. Thank you so much. I'm inspired. What's the temperature that you're going to bake the bread at?
Basically, the bread should be around 375 Fahrenheit, 190 degrees Celsius. But because the burekas is already inside, I can use the same temperature and lower it after the burekas will go out.
What were the burekas at?
Excuse me?
What were the burekas baking at?
Burekas was 395 degrees, around 200 Celsius.
Okay.
12 minutes passed, Dana. I'm going to show you how it looks until this one's 12 minutes. So I'll need a little more, okay? This one is rising nice.
Wow, looks great.
Okay, and the puffs that we made are rising nice. Ooh, it's hot.
So 375 for the bread, and then okay.
Yeah, it's 375 for the bread and 395 for the burekas. But I'm going to pop them both inside for now. Let it start cooking. I don't want you to work hard. Okay? So sometimes you want to make a little bit of shortcuts. Okay? So this shortcut is for 5 minutes, then we'll take out the burekas, we'll lift the bread, it will continue. Okay?
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Now we're going to make the carpaccio. Okay? Carpaccio is basically a name for paper-thin cutting. Okay? It started as beef carpaccio from the filet or from the Sierra Leone. But chef got really, not me, chefs got really tired of the beef carpaccio, and there's a lot of vegetarians. So they started to cut vegetables paper thin and called them carpaccio. So now you can make carpaccio out of everything edible. Okay, don't use nothing edible, it's not a carpaccio. Okay, so I'm going to take this one here. And we're going to bring our ingredients, which is pre-cooked. Okay, this is vacuum pre-cooked beetroots. You can cook them yourself. It takes a lot of time, but you can do it. And balsamic vinegar, the oldest the better. Some maple. Green onion. Plate, very important. I have here sea salt. Okay, let's talk a little bit about salt. Okay, there's basically two kinds of salt, which is very ground salt and this chunky salt. Okay, if you're using the very ground salt, you need to know it will infiltrate the food. Okay, if you're using the salt that's not ground all the way, it will just cover the food and make it a salty and a twist of saltiness, okay? It's not gonna go inside the dish. So if you want to season something like soup, use the thin one. If you want the bites of the salt, use the ground one. I have here two kinds. One is the Himalaya salt, which is, here it's purple, but there's a lot of different colors, which is half grind. Let me see if I can show you, okay? And it's dry salt, okay? It's not moisty. And I like to use Atlantic salt, okay? Which is very moisty. You can smell the sea. You really can smell the sea. And it's moisty. It still have like this oily, moist from the sea. So any convenience store, just look for sea salt or Atlantic sea salt. Most of them come from Spain, which is Sal de Mar. You can find them any place. I think so. Here in Israel, you can find them. I'm sure in the States, you can find them as well. So basically, we have what we need. Okay. One second. So, two different ways to make carpaccio, the hard way and the easy way. Okay, I'll start with the hard way. I'll start with the easy way. The easy way is taking this guy, okay, and this guy, just shove it in, and just make your life easy. Okay, carpaccio your way out. All right. Paper thin, very sweet carpaccio, okay? And I'm going to put it as carpaccio should, one next to the other, a little bit touching each other. And once again, we're going to play with the textures and the tastes. We're going to use the very sweet, naturally sweet beetroot. All right. And we're going to use this sourness from the balsamic vinegar and the salt from the sea salt and some other nice tastes which we'll add later. No, I didn't put timer. Let's see. I think 2 more minutes we should do it. Okay, so we're around 15, 16 minutes now. I think 4 more minutes to do the work. Okay, that was the easy part. Now let me the hard one. If you don't have this, guys, buy them. They have all kinds of changing heads for juliennes and for slices and thin and thick. Okay, the other way is just old-fashioned way. You just slice them paper thin. Okay, you get almost the same, but working very hard. Okay, again, paper thin. Don't like the hard way, sorry. And I'll make my life easier once again. Okay. Finish with that. Finish with the plating. Melanie, how much time did I have? Do I have?
It looks like we have about 20 minutes.
A lot of time. Okay. Now, that's the carpaccio. You can see it looks like beef. Okay, it's got the texture and everything like beef, but it's veggie. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is how to season it, which is very important. Most of the people just throw in stuff and just say, yeah, I got carpaccio. It's very important to do it with layers, okay? If the first thing you'll do is put the olive oil, you'll just seal the carpaccio. Whatever you put on top will stay on top. Nothing going to go inside. The tastes will mix, okay? Because this one seals the dish. That says, okay, I'm finished, everything's inside, seal me. You don't want to do that, okay? So we want to make like, how do you say it? To pickle it, okay? To pickle it very, very fast, okay? So first thing we do is to put some sea salt. Again, the amount is your taste, okay? Then we're gonna put some black ground pepper. Very important. There's people who doesn't like it, but this is what brings out the taste, okay? The pepper and the salt is the things that bring out the taste and acidity, okay? All right. After that, we're gonna put the, where is it? We're gonna put the acid from the balsamic vinegar, okay? Not a lot, just enough to cover. If it's not covered, you can always just wiggle it around until everything is covered, okay? I like to add some maple, okay? To bring another twist to the dish. Doesn't have to, it's not the classic one, but you can use some maple. Okay, again, not a lot. All right. Basically, that's the dish. Now's the time to go wild, okay? You can use Parmesan, you can use feta cheese, you can use nuts, you can grind pistachio. You can do whatever you like, just choose your taste, choose your flavor, work all your way in. I'm going to use some feta cheese. Let's talk about feta cheese, okay? Let's talk about beef feta cheese, okay? Basically, feta cheese come from special place in Greece. So most of us eat Bulgarian cheese. But there's two kinds of Bulgarian cheese, the soft one and the hard one, okay? The difference between them, show you in a minute. And it's not all the way cooked, but that's your bread, okay? Coming together. I'm gonna let it for 190 degrees, 375 as I said before. Let's give it 4 more minutes. Again, a loaf of bread, 1 hour. Give it a time. When it's tanned, it's ready. You cannot check the inside because it doesn't have real yeast, so it doesn't rise like with yeast. Okay, you cannot feel it as empty. Okay, so I'm going to use feta cheese. The soft feta cheese is a young feta cheese, and the one that crumbles in your hands, it's an old feta cheese. It doesn't say it's not fresh. It says it's old. Okay, different texture. The old one a little bit more sour. The soft one a little bit more sweet. I'm going to put the sweet one. And again, one way is just to put small slices around. You can use goat cheese here. Didn't say goat cheese, but you can use goat cheese. And you can use grinder to grind. I think that should do it. 1 second. There again. Okay. Whenever you're putting topping on something, don't overput stuff. You always want every bite to have all the tastes. tastes, okay? Every bite should have all the tastes and nothing too much, okay? If there's a lot of feta cheese, doesn't, you know, if you put under beef or whatever you put something a lot, that's the taste of the dish. If you put a little bit of everything, your mouth explodes with lots of taste, lots of textures, lots of acidity, salt, sour, sweet, bitter. You can play with the food. I'm gonna chop. Here you come again. Okay, I'm gonna chop some green onion. You have something fresh, something chewy. Okay. Second. Okay. Sprinkle that around. And we have our dish ready. Okay. It's colorful. It's nice, tasty. Very easy to make. Again, you can make a big tray out of it or a small plate or whatever. So we finished with that plate. Basically, we finished everything. You're so quiet, so polite. So we're just gonna plate stuff. Okay, this one. Yeah. I'll do the dishes later. Oh, we forgot olive oil. Seal the dish. Okay. Some nice olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. Don't use the cheap one, doesn't taste good. Okay, so our first dish is the carpaccio. And our second one is this one. Okay. As you can see, the layers. And inside the cheese, the thyme, the honey, on top, walnuts, caramelized onion, and I added some okay, and we're gonna try to pop one out. Okay, I'll choose this one, okay? Second. Very hot. Okay. Bread out of beer, okay? I can feel it needs a couple of minutes, so if you're cooking with me, let it stay inside for 5-6 more minutes. It should be a little bit more brown, but because we finished everything, I don't want to hold you guys. So basically, that's one dish. Again, that's the other one. Okay. Oh, I want to show you the different kinds. 1 second. That's the puff ones, small ones. Okay. And less pretty, but I really want to show you the layers. Okay, you can see the layers of the dough. That's it. Cooked under less than 40 minutes with a very polite, quiet you guys.
Well, thank you so very much. As a reminder, if you have any questions, feel free to use the raise hand function. We have a few minutes if you'd like to ask the chef. Everything looks great, by the way. I'm so hungry and it's not even lunchtime, so I can't.
I'm so gonna eat it.
Yes, good, good. All right.
Not questions, nothing. Everybody
It doesn't look like, look, you're good at explaining. It looks like we do have a question that came in, so go ahead, Jill.
Okay, hi, thank you so much. This was wonderful. How full did you fill the muffin tins when making the bread before you put the butter on it?
Once again, what did I fill the?
How full did you make the little bread tins? Did you
about half of it.
Okay.
Half of it, and it rose a little bit, about a finger above.
Okay. Thank you.
Great, thank you. I think we've been able to resolve the challenge we had with our partnership director, Edith's microphone. So Edith, if you'd like to say a few words.
Yes, hi. It's a pleasure to be here with you. First of all, I would like to say thank you. Thank you, Ido, and thank you all for having us. It's been such a pleasure, and I'm hungry as well, and it's not even supper time, but okay. I wanted to say that we here in Zichron Yaakov are truly happy to do those kinds of events with you, and we're so happy to be a part together in this challenging time. We feel that you are our family, and we love you, and we want you to stay home and stay safe. But if there's anything that we can do from here to support and to make our partnership and our two communities bond in those challenging times, and we're on. And I wanted to say happy Shavuot to all of you. And it was really a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Edith, and thank you to our chef. It's truly something special to be able to bring our entire partnership family together. So for those of you from Israel who joined us today, thank you so much. And for our community locally, thank you again for being here. Look for an email from our federation with additional meaningful ways to connect with our federation and our Jewish community during these times, including how to make a real difference for those who need us right now by contributing to our campaign. Together with our caring community, we thrive. So, I'd like to wish you all well, stay safe, be well, and thanks for joining.
Thank you.